She thought the past was buried. She thought the boy she left behind had forgotten her. But 3 years later, on a rainy Friday evening, Elena walked into Heartline Cafe and saw the one person she had spent years trying not to remember. Adrian Cole, the boy whose heart she broke. The boy who once waited outside her house in the rain with a bouquet of white roses and a promise ring in his pocket. The boy she walked away from without explaining why. And now, he was standing behind the counter in a black coat, looking calm, successful, and painfully handsome. But his eyes were different. They no longer begged her to stay. They looked like they already knew how the story would end. Elena froze at the entrance, her hand still holding the door handle. The soft bell above the door rang once, filling the quiet cafe with a sound that felt almost too loud. Adrian looked up. For a second, nothing moved. Not the steam from the coffee machine. Not the rain sliding down the glass window. Not even Elena's breathing. Then Adrian smiled. Not warmly, not cruelly, just enough to make her heart remember everything. "Elena," he said softly. "Long time." She swallowed hard. "Adrian." He turned back to the coffee machine, like seeing her did not shake him at all. "What can I get you?" That question hurt more than it should have. Because once, Adrian knew her order by heart. Caramel latte, extra foam, no cinnamon. He used to say cinnamon made coffee taste like old Christmas candles. Elena forced a small smile. "Just coffee." Adrian looked at her. "You changed your order." She looked down. "People change." His smile faded. "Yes, they do." She should have turned around and left. Every part of her told her to run before the past reached out and touched her. But outside, the rain was heavy, and inside, Heartline Cafe smelled like coffee, vanilla, and memories she was not ready to face. So she sat by the window. The same kind of window where she and Adrian used to sit after lectures, sharing one slice of chocolate cake because they were both broke. Back then, they had nothing but dreams. Adrian wanted to become a writer. Elena wanted to open her own flower shop. They used to joke that one day, his books would sit on her shop counter, and her flowers would decorate his book launch. But dreams are delicate things, and sometimes life crushes them before they bloom. 3 years ago, Elena's father had fallen seriously ill. The hospital bills came like storms, one after another. Her mother cried every night. Her younger brother was still in school. Elena was only 21, scared, overwhelmed, and desperate. Then Adrian received an offer to study creative writing abroad. It was the kind of opportunity people prayed for. But when he found out about Elena's family problems, he wanted to give it up. "I'm not leaving you like this," he told her that night. They were standing under a streetlight after midnight. Rain fell around them, soaking their clothes, but neither of them cared. Elena remembered his face clearly. Young, hopeful, loyal. Too loyal. So she did the only thing she thought would save him. She lied. She told him she no longer loved him. She told him she had chosen someone else. She told him he was too soft, too poor, too full of dreams that would never feed anyone. Every word broke her too, but Adrian believed her. And the boy who came to her with flowers left with empty hands. Now, 3 years later, he placed her coffee on the table. Elena noticed his fingers. No ring, no softness either. His hands looked stronger now, more controlled, like he had learned to hold pain without shaking. "Is this your cafe?" she asked. Adrian glanced around. "Something like that. It's beautiful." "I know." The answer was sharp but not loud. Elena looked at him. "You always wanted a place like this." "No," he said. "You did." Her chest tightened. Before she could reply, a woman walked in wearing a red coat and expensive heels. She moved with confidence, like she owned every room she entered. "Adrian, darling," she said, touching his arm. Elena's heart sank. Darling, of course. Why wouldn't he have moved on? The woman looked at Elena and smiled, but it was not friendly. "You must be Elena," she said. Elena blinked. "You know me?" The woman laughed lightly. "Everyone who hurt Adrian becomes part of the story eventually." Adrian's expression changed. "Clara." "What?" Clara tilted her head. "She deserves to know, doesn't she?" Elena stood slowly. "Know what?" Adrian looked away. Clara smiled wider. "That Adrian bought Heartline Cafe because of you." Elena's stomach dropped. "What?" Clara stepped closer. This cafe was supposed to become your flower shop, wasn't it? He found out years ago that you loved this building. So when it went up for sale, he bought it. Elena could not speak. Adrian's jaw tightened. Clara, leave it. But Clara was not done. And the best part? She continued. He hired you. Elena's eyes widened. What are you talking about? Clara reached into her handbag and pulled out a folded paper. She dropped it on the table. It was Elena's job application for a position as cafe events manager. Elena had applied 2 weeks earlier, not knowing Adrian on the place. She had been struggling for months. Her father had recovered, but the debts had swallowed their family. Her dream of owning a flower shop had disappeared. She needed work, any work, and now, the job that gave her hope had come from the boy she destroyed. Elena looked at Adrian. You knew. Adrian said nothing. Her voice trembled. You knew it was me, and you still accepted me? He finally looked at her. Yes. Why? For the first time, his calm face cracked. Because I wanted you to stand in the place where we once dreamed together, he said. I wanted you to see what I became after you told me I would never be enough. Elena took a step back. There it was. The revenge. Not loud, not violent, quiet, beautiful, painful. He had built a dream from the ashes of her words, then placed her inside it so she would remember what she lost. Clara smiled like she had just won something. Now you understand. But Elena barely heard her. She picked up her bag and rushed outside into the rain. Adrian followed. Elena. She stopped under the streetlight across the road, breathing hard. You wanted revenge? She cried. Congratulations, Adrian. You got it. His face darkened. You think this is just about revenge? What else could it be? He laughed bitterly. You broke me. I know. No, you don't. His voice shook now. You made me believe I was nothing. Do you know how many nights I replayed your words? Do you know what it feels like to love someone so much, then hear them say you're too poor to be worth choosing? Elena covered her mouth. The rain hid her tears, but not the pain in her eyes. I didn't mean it, she whispered. Adrian went still. What? She shook her head. I didn't mean any of it. The silence between them became heavy. Adrian stared at her like his mind refused to accept the words. Elena wiped her face. Your scholarship letter came the same week my father collapsed. You wanted to stay. You said you would give everything up for me, and I knew you meant it. His eyes softened just a little. So I lied, she continued. I made you hate me because I knew love would make you sacrifice your future. Adrian stepped closer. Why didn't you tell me? Because you would have stayed. He looked away, breathing hard. The rain kept falling. For a moment, they were 21 again. Young, soaked, heartbroken under a streetlight. But this time, the truth stood between them. Not pride, not lies. Truth. Adrian whispered. You let me hate you for 3 years. Elena nodded. Yes. Why? Because it was easier than watching you lose yourself because of me. His eyes filled with something painful. Behind them, Clara stood at the cafe door, watching. Her confident smile had disappeared. Adrian turned and saw her. Elena noticed the way his face changed. Are you with her? Adrian sighed. No. Clara's expression hardened from across the street. She helped me finance the cafe, Adrian said quietly. She wanted more than business. I didn't. Elena looked down. She loves you. She loves winning. Then he looked at Elena again. And maybe I became someone like that too. Elena shook her head. No, you became someone hurt. Adrian's lips parted, but no words came. The next morning, Elena arrived at Heartline Cafe to return the job offer. She had not slept. Her eyes were swollen, her heart exhausted. The cafe was empty except for Adrian, who sat at one of the tables with 2 cups of coffee. Caramel latte, extra foam, no cinnamon, her old order. I thought you forgot, she said quietly. I tried, he replied. It didn't work. Elena placed the paper on the table. I can't take the job. Adrian looked at the paper, but did not touch it. Why? Because I don't want to be part of your punishment. He leaned back. It started as punishment. That honesty hurt, but she appreciated it. And now, she asked. He looked around the cafe. There were fresh flowers on every table. White roses near the window. Sunflowers by the counter. Lavender near the entrance. Elena recognized the arrangement style immediately. It was hers, or what hers would have been if life had been kinder. I didn't build this place to destroy you, Adrian said. At first, I wanted you to see me succeed. I wanted you to regret leaving. I wanted you to feel small. Elena's eyes lowered. But when I saw your application, he continued, I read your cover letter. You wrote about creating a place where lonely people could feel seen, where broken hearts could sit for a while and still believe in love. He smiled sadly. That sounded like the Elena I loved. Her eyes filled again. Adrian pushed another document toward her. What is this? She asked. A partnership offer. She froze. He continued. Heartline Cafe is opening a flower corner. You run it. Your designs. Your name. Your dream. Elena stared at him. No, she whispered. I can't accept that. It's not charity. It feels like forgiveness I don't deserve. Adrian stood slowly. Maybe forgiveness isn't about deserving it. She looked at him then, really looked at him. Behind all the success, the nice coat, the calm voice, Adrian was still there. The boy with white roses. The boy who loved too deeply. The boy who was hurt, but not destroyed. And maybe Elena was still there too. Not the girl who lied. Not the girl who ran. But the girl who once believed love could be gentle. At that moment, Clara entered the cafe. Her heels clicked sharply against the floor. You're making a mistake, she told Adrian. Adrian turned. No, I already made one. I'll let pain make decisions for me. Clara glared at Elena. She broke you. Adrian nodded. And somehow I still became whole. Clara's face tightened. She looked like she wanted to say more, but there was nothing left to win. So she left. This time, the bell above the door sounded softer. Elena turned back to Adrian. Why are you doing this? He looked at the window, where the rain had finally stopped. Because the secret revenge I planned was to make you regret leaving, he said. But the revenge I never saw coming was this. What? He smiled faintly. Becoming kind again. Elena laughed through tears. It was small, broken, beautiful. Adrian reached for the partnership paper, but Elena placed her hand over his before he could take it away. I'll run the flower corner, she said. His eyes met hers. But slowly, she added, no pretending the past didn't hurt. He nodded, slowly, and no revenge. His smile became warmer. No revenge. Months later, Heartline Cafe became famous for two things: the coffee and the flowers. People came to sit by the window, order caramel lattes, and buy white roses wrapped in brown paper. Some came after breakups. Some came on first dates. Some came just to feel less alone. And every evening, when the lights turned golden and the city softened, Adrian would write near the counter while Elena arranged flowers beside him. They were not perfect. They still had painful conversations. They still had memories that sometimes returned like rain. But love is not always about starting over like nothing happened. Sometimes, love is two people choosing to rebuild carefully, honestly, and gently. One day, Elena found a small note tucked inside a bouquet of white roses. It said, I once wanted you to regret losing me. Now I only want us to be grateful we found each other again. Elena looked up. Adrian was watching her from across the cafe. This time, his eyes were not cold. They were home, and Elena finally understood. The secret revenge she never saw coming was not pain. It was forgiveness. It was a second chance. It was love returning quietly after both hearts had learned how to heal. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more heartwarming tales from Heartline Cafe.